aboard! All aboard! Ah, well, hello there. So, you're getting on this train, huh? You know, I've been conducting this train for a good couple of years now. Been through a lot with her. I remember the "I got nothing up my butt" incident back in 2019. There was also the Florida man who threw a Bible at a police officer. Oh, and don't get me started about the year 2020. Oh boy. So listen, if you're new here, I gotta read this piece of paper for you. It's sort of a legal thing, you know. Here we go. Warning. The following show may feature some adult language and adult scenarios that are not suitable for those under the age of 18 to 21 years old. If you are under this age, please consult your parents and or legal guardians for permission to listen to this show. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Well, with that out of the way, will you still be getting on? Excellent. Well, let me just punch your ticket for you. And welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck.
I'm caught.
Fucking hell, Gray. Good evening, passengers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestial Radio. All fandom all the time. Fuck you, RandomGreymane. There's your introduction. Mr. Fixed Moment in Time.
I get hate mail from the doctor.
Yeah, there's our resident tech wizard.
Will you stop doing that?
There's our resident tech wizard. And we also have Sherlock with us tonight.
Evening.
We also have someone who has not joined us in for the YouTube iteration of this show, so allow me to give the brief introduction. He is our music and pop culture junkie. He is qdHazen.
Ah, fucking hell. Just when... This is what happens when bus lines get snowed in.
Yes, he is a veteran of the show.
I have to ride this piece of shit.
Yeah, it takes a lot of snow to shut down a train line.
Yeah, QD is one of many veterans of the show from the pre-YouTube days, so yeah, he's well aware of how this shit works.
I cleaned the alien parasites off the train. What more do you want?
So, how's your week?
Ever think about cleaning feces from the track?
It just wouldn't be the same.
Well, as I was asking, how's your week been, gentlemen?
Where? Oh, me. Okay.
Yes. This is the part where you say your answer.
It had been snowing for the past 3 days straight in my neck of the woods, resulting in that kind of joy. Fortunately, I still had to go to work and I had to walk because, well, I live close enough to work that I can walk, but even if I wanted to drive, my car was stuck.
Oh.
Like, I just knew I got it into its parking spot, and I dug out a little hole around it, and I just looked at the rest of the parking lot, and I'm like, nope,
Yeah,
not gonna try it.
that is more.
So did you guys get more than like 4 inches then or something?
I'm walking around in almost 2 feet of snow.
Holy shit!
Woof.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's that impasse that everyone keeps telling me about. Oh, Trademark, you're in Florida. You don't want snow. Yes, I do. And then stories like that happen.
Yeah, I'm in an area where the regular snowfall.
now.
Yeah, the regular snowfall in my neck of the woods can sometimes get so heavy that it can cave in roofs.
Oh. Yeah, minus
this.
the potential to get literally snowed in. I wouldn't mind having snow for a fucking day. Then the laws of nature and science.
This is not the worst that I've personally experienced in other places, and where other places further north get as well, because they can get places where you are literally snowed in, where it is as high as your door.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Anyway,
back in 1976,
I got slapped in the face with how woefully out of shape I am. Yesterday, my neighbor across the street completely beached his rinky-dink little city car in a snowdrift. Think of like a smart car or a Fiat 500, about that size car. So,
well, that's easy enough. That's easy enough. You know, you put a moving strap over your shoulders and you yank it out. I mean, it's a smart car. You know, they fit in lockers.
Yeah, but by the time I was done digging it out a little bit, because you know, if you've got a little mechanical advantage, why not make use of it? And with the help of two other guys from two other neighbors, we were able to get it free. But oh my god, I thought I was gonna die. My heart felt like it was going to explode.
Cutie, remind me though, but aren't you like a really skinny guy with a heart condition?
Yes.
So yeah,
there you go.
You don't do.
No wonder why your heart felt like it was going to explode. It was literally going to explode.
Yeah, you don't do strenuous activity anyway. And to be honest, like I go to the gym on the regular, and I still get winded from shoveling snow. It's not easy.
Yeah. I
got winded on the new step today at physical therapy.
Yeah.
it just happens.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think mechanical advantage should ever be used in, you know, the context of the smart car. Ever.
I think it was mechanical advantage from QD's perspective, you know, like a wedge or a pulley.
Yeah.
Friction.
Something like that.
Okay.
Salt.
Traction.
That does remind me of one hilarious...
Go on.
One hilarious and very dangerous thing I and my friends attempted in high school. This wasn't during winter. This was in spring, and one of my friends had gotten his big old truck stuck. Now, how he got it stuck in the middle of spring was it's a rear-wheel drive truck, and he had parked it in his senior spot, but he had kind of tore into the parking lot a little too fast, and his front wheels thumped over the berm of the parking lot, so they're now kind of in a ditch. And since his only drive wheels are in his rear of his truck, his rear wheels were just straight spinning there because they didn't have the traction or the weight to, you know, haul up this giant front end of this giant V8 engine. So my friends and I thought, hey, we'll help him out. So we all stood on the bumper to try and add some extra weight. Still wouldn't go. And I said, all right, on the count of 3, you hit the gas and we'll jump on the bumper. And we did. And it worked. And surprisingly, none of us fell off and got run over by this thing.
God. I would certainly hope not. Well, nothing eventful happened to me this week, although I do have a nice bit of warm-up material.
Warm we can do.
Yeah. some warm-up material. For those who don't know,
before we get to the hot garbage dumpster fire that is this show.
Yeah, so I went prowling through Chew Boom, especially after I heard this piece of news. Oh boy. I have no idea how to fucking segue into this, because this fucking, like... You remember when we started this YouTube iteration of the show that I brought up the topic of Coca-Cola? You know, Pepsi doing hot chocolate?
Their version of Yoo-Hoo's.
Yeah.
I remember.
Coca-Cola decided to just fucking go hold my beer and came out with a fucking Coca-Cola with coffee.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
It probably is. Never in my life did I think, man, this Coca-Cola doesn't have enough caffeine in it to help me throughout the day. Better throw coffee in there.
What's the thing? A normal bottle of Coca-Cola or Pepsi or almost any soft drink nowadays has more caffeine in it than espressos.
Yeah.
It's well beyond the normal limit. So adding coffee to it that's really dangerous.
Yeah. It probably is. And it comes in an assortment of flavors. We've got...
Let me guess. Macchiato. There's a macchiato, an Americano.
Oh, no. These are just your basic bitch blends. You got regular Coca-Cola in a dark blend of vanilla and caramel. And you also have a Coca-Cola with coffee, zero sugar, available in dark blend and vanilla. So that's 3 variants with regular Coca-Cola and 2 variants with... Coke Zero, as it's typically called.
Let's see, 69 milligrams of caffeine.
Nice.
That's actually a lot.
And that's in a 12-ounce can.
So that's at least 2 servings.
Yeah. It's available nationwide at assorted retailers for the low price of $2.32 for a single 12-ounce sleek can. So if you want to die tonight... man, just...
Supposedly my maximum safe dose is 709.
Are you seriously contemplating purchasing one of these things, Gray?
If I drank 10 of these, I would keel over.
Okay.
No, that's actually not. That's not very. That's not unlikely. I know people who drink like Coke constantly. Like I have a coworker.
Yeah.
He has a can of Coca-Cola by him all the time.
Yeah. Here's a fun.
Also, 10 of these would only be $23. So you could literally.
You could commit suicide for less than $30.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, here's a fun fact about fucking caffeine. It's not like that episode of Futurama where Fry drinks like, what was the final number? Like
300 coffees. It was 300 coffees.
It was 300 coffees. And it's not like where he reached that final cup and he was able to fucking Sonic the Hedgehog everybody out of a problem. It's more like, gone. Because your body cannot take that much caffeine. So why Coca-Cola decided, you know what this caffeinated beverage needs? More caffeine. Is fucking beyond me.
You know what they're doing? This is what they're doing. They're wanting so bad to go back to their original formula and put cocaine in it, but they can't do that legally yet, so they gotta compromise.
Oh man. I mean,
okay, so a cup of brewed coffee is about 70 to 140 milligrams of caffeine, depending on what it is. 95 on average. So this is literally, it's close to the, it's pretty much close to the same as a light cup of coffee. Okay, but you also have to think about how much sugar and crap has put in this. Okay, and that causes a nasty interaction with that. And the zero sugar, well, if it goes off brand and expires, it becomes formaldehyde anyway. So this is just wow.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that if you like eat old Sweet and Low packets,
NutraSweet actually is what it is,
or NutraSweet. Yeah, NutraSweet. If you like eat old NutraSweet, it can kind of actually turn into something really nasty.
Yeah, it breaks down. Literally, it breaks down at 96 or 98.6 degrees. Okay, you couldn't get a better breakdown for it. But if it's expired and it breaks down literally into like some innocuous thing and formaldehyde. Okay, that's literally what it turns into, and it's just you're embalming yourself.
Ay. Well, on
But,
that.
oh my god!
On
Also, $2.32 a can. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, really, guys? You guys are the biggest manufacturer of soft drinks in the fucking world, and we have to pay $2.32 a can.
Well,
to
we're
kill ourselves.
putting
much.
Coke and coffee in there, so it makes sense. And plus, we're making the aluminum cans, so we gotta make some kind of profit, or we're at a deficit.
They're actually not making the aluminum cans.
They're not making the aluminum cans. Those come from another place.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same principle. Anyway, on that note, it's time for the obligatory pre-show spiel. It's where I tell you how this show is set up. So if you heard this before, skip on ahead. I'm actually making chapters on the YouTube videos for this nifty little feature.
I'll be right back.
Fuck it. Get back here.
Where we spiel?
He's actually fucked off. He went to get tea. Fucking bastard. Fucking prick. He's gonna get back here while I'm doing my spiel and he'll be like, alright, what'd I miss? Okay. Anywho, while Shirley's making his fucking tea in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio. Clues in the fucking name as to how this show's gonna go out for you. After this little spiel of mine, we're gonna go on a behind-the-scenes break with a musical interlude. After that, we're going to do the softcore material, which is all the low-level crimes and just weird news articles that I've stumbled across over the course of a week. After that comes our final behind-the-scenes break, followed by the hardcore material. Nothing intense, but it's nothing intense like, murder or anything like that, but it's the kind of news that makes you go, wow. How did we get here as a species? So anything you two want to talk about? And by you two, I mean QD and Grace, and Shirley's still fucked off.
Now I want tea.
All right. What about you?
You guys finally get a cafe car here. I need a stiff one.
Well, I guess while everyone makes their fucking cup of tea, we'll take our first music break for the night. You're listening to
mail from the British.
You're listening to Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio. I'll fan them all the time, except when it's tea, coffee, and Coca-Cola.
Sweet tea! All I'm saying is that they should not confuse key fobs with that control that goes with... never mind.
Well, we're back, everyone, and we've got tea here on Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio. I'll fan them all the time. It's time to start this fucking...
Tea is good for you. It's full of, plant leaf juice.
Antioxidants.
Oh,
that.
I'm not arguing that. I need to drink tea more often because tea is one of the small pleasures, whereas coffee is just like fucking drink me and live. Anyway. Okay, so snakes.
Why do they have to be snakes?
I don't know.
Badger.
No, wrong meme. Anyway. It takes a brave kind of person. Well, I say brave. It takes a person of certain interests, I think would be a better way to put it.
Unique person.
Unique. To desire a pet snake. Takes an even more...
I considered, for a time, either a pet turtle or a smaller snake. I'm not talking like a big-ass python
Well, you didn't, but this guy did, and he thought, I'll take it for free. Kabot man steals python from pet store.
Kabot man?
Cabot, Arkansas, specifically. This article was posted on January 19th, 2021. Cabot Police Department working an unusual case of a stolen animal from a pet store. Safari Pets in Cabot called police reporting a ball python was stolen from its enclosure. We don't hear stories like this, said Sergeant Chris Riley, Cabot Police Department. The manager stated they just received a shipment of reptiles in. As the employee was putting the reptiles into the enclosure, they were called to another task, and at that point, a male subject took the reptile from the enclosure. Sergeant Chris Riley with the Cabot Police Department said Safari Pet's surveillance video caught the whole thing. So the store posted still shots of the video to social media, hoping someone would recognize the man and woman, because yes, he had an accomplice. It's unusual. We don't have many pets stolen from pet stores, said Sergeant Riley. The photos were shared more than 300 times. According to the police report, the man from the pictures called the pet store and asked why the store was plastering his face all over the internet. Employees told the man, you know why, and told him there was surveillance video of the snake being stolen. The man then asked to see the footage. Social media plays a big part in criminal investigations because it's an easier way for us to get the word out, said Sergeant Riley. Safari Pets says the snake was returned to the store. The owner of Safari Pets said he is not pressing charges, but he hopes this teaches the shoplifter a lesson. The shoplifter a less, as the article says. I'm sure that's supposed to say a lesson, and he'll turn his life around.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
I mean, Trade, you were about to say something about it takes a very brave man. And I was like, and I always like to say this great line. There's a very fine line between brave and stupid.
Yeah, that's why I retracted that one. Oh, man.
Also, I believe it's pronounced Cabot.
Cabot, Cabot, tomato.
And according to the Cabot website, you can only own 4 animals, dogs and cats, within the city limits.
Didn't know that.
It only says dogs and cats. Are pit bulls banned? Yes, any pet that is a bull breed is banned in Cabot. Almost. What the hell? Why would you?
Blue
I
laws.
hate that. I hate that.
Anyway,
so, go on.
Well, I mean, I can kind of guess why he did this. Pythons are expensive to buy.
Well, yes.
Like if you want to have one as a pet, like you're gonna shell out a few $100.
Yeah.
Just for the snake.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Like I said, it takes a unique individual to want a snake because they are high maintenance. You can't just put them in a box and just go, look, I got this snake.
Yep, our non-resident who's on hiatus Australian is a snake owner. Stormy owns a snake.
Yeah.
But again, Australian, so
yeah.
Yeah,
Australians,
I mean, they just have snakes wandering around.
Yeah, they just pluck them off the streets. I'll call you Bruce.
I am still aghast at the one story she told us the one time, where she was gone for like a day or two, and we couldn't figure out why. So we asked her, and she's like, "Oh, I stepped on one of those shell things on the beach and was paralyzed for a day and a half. You know those shell things that you have on the beach?"
What?
And we're like, "Nobody has those."
You mean a cone? You mean a cone snail? One of the most deadly fucking things on the planet?
You mean nobody has those other than Australia?
Other than Australia.
Oh, fucking Christ. Storm and her fucking Australia moments. Anywho.
How she always just says, "Oh, it's not that bad." It's like, Stormy, you have 24 of the 25 deadliest vipers in the world.
Everything on that island, or continent rather, has been evolved specifically for the express purpose of killing human life.
Yeah. It's amazing that that island is not barren.
Stormy, if you're listening to us, we love you. We
Yeah.
really do.
We do. Anywho, we go from...
Well, I mean, the guys, I'm actually really surprised that, the police are actually going to stand down the charge of, like, it wouldn't be burglary. I guess it would just be shoplifting.
Kinda.
If they have a pet nabbing...
It would probably just be like theft, like that incident with the donut.
Well, yeah, it would be theft, but the thing is, like, it also depends on the dollar amount of the item stolen.
Oh,
it depends on it depends on if they're accomplices. It depends on if he had a weapon on him. All these other things that classify it to either be theft, burglary, robbery, all these other things.
Yeah, we're not even counting like municipal codes or something that say living beings.
Yeah.
If you steal a living being, it's.
Yeah, so I'm actually kind of surprised that
I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, like Shirley said, I'm kind of surprised he's getting
off. Yeah, because like even if the store owner says he doesn't want to file charges, the county prosecutor, they love filing charges against people. They're just like, wait, somebody's being charged with theft. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Let's see if we can Let's see if we can squeeze some money out of this schmuck.
Real quick,
I have an opinion about lawyers. I have many opinions about lawyers.
Anyway, we move on from a man stealing a snake to a man stealing horses.
Oh, that would get you shot back like 70 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not even 100 years ago. You'd get shot doing that.
Take a stab as to where this story took place.
I don't have to. I don't have to. It's in the title.
Fucking Florida.
I actually was kind of expecting it to be in like Arizona, because we still take like the horse theft laws very serious.
Yeah.
Okay. Expensive.
Okay.
My sister has 2 of them, and they're what she paid for them plus what she pays to keep them. It's insane.
They're giant needy dogs.
Pretty much. Giant needy dogs you can ride.
So, let's go to Lake County, everybody, where a Florida man is behind bars after deputies say he tried to free horses from a local ranch.
Is he an animal rights activist, or is he drunk?
You look at that mugshot and tell me which one.
He could be a drunk animal rights activist, dude. I've seen some animal rights activists. They look like him.
He's grizzled, but he's not gaunt, so he's not a meth person.
No,
I mean, we'll see about that one when I get to the end of this article. So, the Lake County Sheriff's Office says ranch owners reported several horse stalls were open and horses were loose. As the horses were being corralled, the owners told deputies they saw a man driving the owner's truck, according to the sheriff's office, my bad. One of the owners was able to stop the man, identified as Mark Anthony Hunt, and detain him until deputies arrived. Authorities say when the owners asked Hunt why he opened the stalls, the 55-year-old told them that he didn't believe the horses should be caged. The Fruitland Park man, Fruitland, I'm sure. He also told the owners he tried to mount one of the horses and tried to ride it home, but it got away from him. The sheriff's office.
It didn't know him.
Yeah. Buy me dinner first, Wilbur. The sheriff's office says the horses are valued at $20. $20. Yes, a $20 horse. $20,000 rather, and $80,000 each.
Okay, wait, $20,000 and $80,000 each.
These have to be thoroughbreds. Then
these has
to be like racing horses, which explains why if he tried to get on one, it bolted.
That is how it is phrased in the article. So
I'm guessing they mean $20,000 to $80,000 a pop. We've got trespassing, unlawful entry, I don't know if you can actually call it a horse thieving because he didn't actually steal a horse. I guess you could call it attempted theft of an item over $50,000, but under $100,000. But you can get him for Grand Theft Auto.
Hmm. Grand Theft Auto minus the auto.
No, he.
Oh
he
wait,
stole the
yeah,
truck.
yeah,
He
the truck,
attempted-
the truck.
No. Grand Theft Auto minus the auto is Red Dead Redemption.
He attempted to steal the horse, so that was an attempted robbery. But then he couldn't get away with the horse. So again,
So he took the truck, yeah.
He only tried to steal one of them. He just let the other ones out. So that's unlawful entry, trespassing, and that's the only things I can think of. There might be some weird horse laws
well, let's
that I don't know
see.
about.
Oh, here we go. Here's a list of charges. Let's see. He was booked into the Lake County Detention Center on burglary, Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft charges. Oh, there you go. His bond is set at $15,000. And of course, they put him on Facebook.
Which is below the average cost of a thoroughbred.
Uh-huh.
And just in 2006, a 2-year-old thoroughbred horse was sold at auction conducted in 2006 for $16,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but on average, thoroughbreds go for $100,000 to $300,000. Okay, and their upkeep is $40,000 to $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, they really devalued those horses he stole.
A little
really
bit.
kind of surprised.
Yeah. No, the thing that irritates me the most about like thoroughbred horse equestrian stuff is that like it's now just a rich person sport. You can't like the average person can't do anything. The average person out there in America can still get themselves a purebred dog. That's easy. Like, yeah,
Right.
you'll be paying like a few $100s for it, but you can still get one. But no way are you going to get like even an average horse just for fun. No.
Well,
You have to up that shit.
yes and no. I mean, you can get a decent horse that's an adult, okay, for somewhere around the price of a used car, okay, which in these days is somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000 for anything even remotely decent. But one, that's not the cost of a horse, okay.
Mm-mm.
Horses for upkeep. Let me put it the way most boating people would know it. Okay, a horse is a 4-legged animal that you pour money into. So the 2 best days are the day you buy your horse and the day you sell your horse. So it's like boats. But yeah, it's expensive. Okay, and you can find deals out there for really decent horses. But one, the upkeep is going to kill you. Okay, and 2, you better have a good knowledge of what you're looking for. Otherwise, you can get stuck with some really, really nasty problems. So.
Mm-hmm. So they, of course, put his mugshot on Facebook, which I love that it's just, it looks like he's looking at the people behind the camera like, really? Fucking really?
He looks like a bad protagonist from like a really badly done time travel film. Okay, where he's come back to free the horses. Okay, he's like, "You've delayed me from my mission."
He looks like Harrison Ford if something went wrong.
Oh God!
It's more the bastard child of Harrison Ford and John Hurt.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, they posted his mugshot on Facebook with the hashtags "wannabe cowboy," "busted," "don't drink and try to ride a horse," and especially bareback.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wah, wah.
That's more of a South Carolina thing.
Maybe the person who posted it's
there.
from South Carolina. Anyway, we move
Can
on.
we just make one brief note about how this guy's name is Mark Hunt?
No,
I
no,
mean,
we
it's
can't.
not Michael, but it's pretty damn close.
I am lost, unfortunately.
We'll explain it to you later.
We'll explain it when you're older, Trademark. Do your stupid show. Okay, Dad. Anyway.
I am not your dad, and I am not taking responsibility for your ass.
Well, we move on from horses to horsepower. Oh, man, we got another fucking Florida story. Oh, man.
Run.
God, is it going to be another one of these? Jesus Christ.
What's that fucking, like, Fast and Furious song? I'm too fast for y'all, man. Quote, I would have crashed. Fleeing suspect claims he was driving too fast to pull over. I'm too fast. I can't stop. Goodbye, folks. I don't know how it works.
Was there a
What?
bomb? And if he dropped
Yeah.
below 88 miles an hour?
Yeah, I was about to say, was Sandra Bullock behind the wheel or something?
Well,
He's not Keanu Reeves, is he?
Let's find out. Okay. Titusville. Oh. This was posted the week of January 18th, 2021. I missed the last one, but I don't care. A man who fled from officers said he was trying to get home to his mom and claimed he was driving. I gotta get home by curfew or mom will kill me.
Oh my God. How old is this guy?
He's 18.
18.
Alright, well, okay, that makes sense.
I don't think he's actually got a curfew. I was just making shit up, but if he actually does, I will be in fucking stitches. This is one Nicholas DeBettis. I'm just gonna call him that. He's driving a red Hyundai Elantra, quote, at an extremely high rate of speed, end quote, on Thursday around 11:15 p.m. near the intersection of North Dixie Avenue and Mayfair Way, and turned on their lights in an attempt to get... the police turned on their lights in an attempt to get him to stop. Records show that DeBettis passed several locations where he could have stopped, but instead continued to a trailer park on North Dixie Avenue where he parked his car. Of course it's a fucking trailer park.
Because of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of course it's a trailer park.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Titusville is in my fucking county. It's Brevard County. Fucking Christ. After he was placed in handcuffs, a Brevard County deputy arrived and said that DeBettis had an outstanding warrant, adding that the female officer had tried to pull him over earlier that night, but he sped away and she was unable to catch up, so says the affidavit. DeBettis claimed he was speeding because his mother wanted him to come home for an unknown reason, and he added that he was driving too fast to stop. So in a way, he did kind of have a curfew. If I would have tried to stop quicker, I would have crashed the vehicle, DeBettis said. Police said they ran DeBettis' license plate and determined that it was stolen. Blah, blah. He was arrested on charges of aggravated fleeing and eluding, operating an unregistered vessel, and reckless driving. Oh, kid.
Unregistered
Back
vessel.
On, thinking back
Yeah,
on
that's
it,
an interesting term there.
it's
on.
probably one of the best plans to commit Grand Theft Auto. Steal a Hyundai Elantra. No one would ever know.
It would be like stealing a smart car. Are you sure you left it here, sir? Did you check your luggage?
Or you could go to
Or-
like a Pontiac dealership and say, "Hey, I'm gonna steal that Aztek over there," and they'd be like, "Yes, please go ahead."
It's like that
or
fucking.
like the
Go on, Katie.
or like the man who left an accordion in the back seat of his unlocked car. When he came back, 6 more accordions were back there.
It's like that fucking joke about Canadian prisons. Oh, do you mind if I step out for a bit? Just be back by bedtime. Okay. Fucking Christ. Kid, the fuck were you doing? Other than causing shit.
Being a stupid 18-year-old.
Oh, Christ. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Just... What more can we say than fucking dumbass kid? He's barely got a fucking mustache. He's got a fucking peach fuzz. Anywho. One last softcore article, and I saved the best for last tonight. This is something in the category of I have no idea if this is real or not. Well, here's the thing. It's... If it were any other company, I would doubt the validity of this shit. I would really doubt it, and I'm glad Gray's here. Because he can help me wrap my mind around the technical aspect of this shit.
Oh, engaging technical bullshit detector.
Okay, so KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel. In recent years, they've done some weird shit.
If this is what I think
because he puts an addictive chemical that makes you crave for it night and day, smartass.
Yeah, it's called MSG.
They're not even real chickens. That's why they can't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore. They're flightless DNA created animals.
They can't call it Kentucky Fried Mutants.
Correct.
Anywho, recently their marketing has gotten very fucking weird. Like, there's an actual fucking dating simulator that's called I Love the Colonel. There is an actual fucking comic book series featuring a multiverse of fucking Colonel Sanders.
Yes, and they're supposedly both those things are hilarious.
There's a fucking keyboard, I think exclusively in Japan, where all the keys except K, F, and C are some form of fried chicken. Like, all the buttons are just fried chicken. And so's the mouse.
Painful to type on.
Yeah. So here comes KFC once again in the year... This came out... This article was written in the year 2020, but, you know, it's 2021. It's still fucking fresh. They have a...
I'm pretty sure I know what this is.
Oh, I'm sure you do. They are launching a game console with a built-in chicken warmer.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
So, boys, let me just explain this shit to you. Okay. Fast food chain KFC is launching a gaming console that warms up chicken. The chicken chamber will keep its contents hot, ready for consumption during intense gaming sessions. Because when I'm playing a fucking video game, you know what I crave? I craved hot fried chicken.
Well, you know, I mean, if Colonel's there...
The company said the console was designed by a global hardware maker and could play top-level games like other gaming machines. So it can play PS4 and Xbox. Many people...
Whoa. This is a cross-platform game?
No, it's not. What this is an overdone PC is what this is. This isn't a console.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. That was a slip on my part. Okay, so many people thought the gaming console was a spoof marketing campaign when it was revealed in June of last year. KFC said its new console had a built-in cooling system that uses heat produced by its components to warm the chicken chamber. This machine is capable of running games at top-level specs, all on top of keeping your meal warm for you to enjoy during your gaming experience. What's not to like? That was a quote from KFC spokesman Mark Sheevers. If Sony or Microsoft want any tips on how to engineer a chicken chamber for their efforts next time, they'd be welcome to get in touch. The fast food chain said it currently had no details on the expected price of the gaming console or a release date. In February, KFC and Crocs announced a limited edition shoe covered in fried chicken print. Yes, that's also a thing that exists. Also, just real quick, I want to point out that this is not the first thing that KFC has done regarding gaming. I forget. Here it is. I believe... here we go. Shout out to one of our Discord residents, I guess. Grizzly Snake, who we just called Grizz, who pointed me in the direction of a Bud Light video game console that also cools 2 beers.
Yeah, these aren't consoles.
No.
Some marketing genius decided that the word console was trending. So they're using consoles. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. It is totally possible to run a high-end gaming PC and dump all the heat into a chicken chamber and keep your chicken warm. This is totally doable technology. Okay, why you would want to do that, I don't know. Okay, yes, you could even take the chicken out and hack it to keep your fried rice warm. Okay, you could do this. So this is a PC powered warming container.
Yes. You know why they did it, Greymane? Because we're human beings. We want to combine fucking ingenuity with laziness and create a fucking paradox.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad idea. You've got all this wasted energy coming out of the heat of the PC. You might as well do something productive with it.
Yeah, and to be fair, like Matt Pat of Game/Film/Food Theory pointed out that animal meat is a good conductor of heat. So all the excess heat coming from the game and going into the chicken chamber, I presume, will be going into the meat, and so the gaming will keep it warm.
Here's the thing I find hilarious about this object. Okay, about 8 to 10 years ago, ThinkGeek, I miss our ThinkGeek. I really do miss ThinkGeek. ThinkGeek had their April Fool's products, like they usually put up ads for. Okay, and then if they got enough interest in them, they would make the product real. Okay, but one year they had the Easy Bake Oven computer case. Okay, where it was literally, it had an Easy Bake Oven in the top. You put the little disc of goo in it. Okay, it had a light bulb in it, and and you would bake something, you would bring it out. Okay, this turned out to be an April Fool's thing because it was. That's some of the things they used to do. But now someone has gone and created this object because you could easily easy bake in this. Okay. You could literally put a Barbie symbol on the front of it, paint it pink, and make it the Easy Bake PC.
Yeah. I want to point out that there's a website where you can actually get more details about this. There are actually like frozen image of, I don't know if we can call it the blueprint, but maybe an X-ray. Coolermaster.com/KFConsole. Oh, yeah. Man. So look forward to your KFC chicken bucket shaped gaming console that'll help you keep your fucking chicken warm. This is the world we live in now. Man. I'm not shitting on this idea. It's actually fucking brilliant, but at the same time, I just have to take pause and just wonder why.
Do you have the link for that? Do you have the link for that Cooler Master link? Because Cooler Master tells me that's a 404.
Eh? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have the link for you in the Discord chat, and for our YouTube audience, I'll have it in the there we go. I'll have it in the description of the video.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There you go. But
this has to be halfway a joke because they're using what looks like the CD-ROM tray to open the door.
Mm-hmm. So anything y'all want to discuss before we go to our second interlude for the night?
Now I'm really craving Colonel. Unfortunately, all the KFCs in my town have shut down or
No.
got closed down.
Shame.
Popeyes is better anyway.
You don't have a Popeyes.
Oh,
I have a Popeyes, and I can DoorDash Popeyes if I wanted to pay
you
the
use the
money.
KFC console.
Yes, fuck you too, Gray.
You use the KF console to warm Popeye's chicken.
Yes.
At least we can all agree. Thank God it's not Chick-fil-A.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, every direction.
Yeah. Well, before we start dwelling on that, I think we're going to go into our second interlude for the night. You're listening to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all fan all the time. Except when one day, we will make a Trainwreck console. If KFC can do it, so can I, damn it. Give me the duct tape. Welcome back, passengers, to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all fan all the time. It's time to start the hardcore material. We're starting off a little light, as is per the norm, but, I take a shot. I don't have a clever segue for this one because, I mean, how am I supposed to have a witty segue for ambulance thief caught at Texas drive-thru?
That sounds like something that came out of Arlen, Texas.
That's unique.
Let's see if it did. This happened the week of January 22nd. While paramedics were on a call, a Texas man, the night prior, jumped into an ambulance and drove the vehicle with its lights flashing to a Jack-in-the-Box where he ordered food at the drive-thru lane. 'Cause that's what you do. According to Houston police, Ronaldo Leonard, 36, was charged on Thursday of the week of January 22nd with felony theft in connection with the ambulance heist. 'Cause you don't steal an ambulance, dickhead. The stolen vehicle, valued in excess of $150,000, was tracked to a Jack-in-the-Box where Leonard, quote, was at the drive-up ordering food with emergency lights, cops noted.
He probably didn't know how to turn them off.
At least he didn't have the siren going.
Yeah, because it's, I've had friends that actually have driven ambulance, and been ambulance drivers and stuff, and those consoles usually are not labeled.
Mm.
They do that on purpose, actually.
So the restaurant is more than four... Wait a minute, they did it... They don't label the fucking thing on purpose?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, for particularly the reasons that we have here. Okay, they don't want other people fucking with the stuff because in some areas it's going to be like a serious crime if they're running the lights and they're not supposed to be.
Ah.
Okay, so they don't want anybody to know what all those switches do, so they don't label them. Some places, yeah, it's okay, they label them, but other places, no, they don't, on purpose.
Fair enough.
If you're trained in how to use the ambulance and be an ambulance driver, you know where the switches are. Otherwise, you shouldn't be touching them.
So as I was saying, the restaurant is more than 4 miles from where the Houston Fire Department ambulance was stolen. Leonard is behind bars at the Harris County Jail. In light of Leonard's prior criminal record, prosecutors have asked a judge to deny him bail. That criminal record includes separate felony convictions for PCP possession, robbery, and cocaine possession. Yeah, I've seen what PCP can do to a man. That can turn a man into the fucking, the Hulk / Terminator / Mr. X from Resident Evil. I've seen a fucking shirtless man just stomp up to fucking cops, yelling, "You are nothing to me!" The cops are just like, back the fuck off. It's scary.
I had a coworker, a bailiff coworker of mine, who she was a highway patrolman, and she had a guy who was on PCP, and she was tasering him with, police grade tasers, and he wouldn't go down.
No.
Like she had to basically it still stopped his muscles, but he was still like shrugging it off. So she had to like hold the damn button down until backup arrived for them to basically cuff him to a tree. And every time he would like start like thrashing around to the point where he was going to hurt himself, they'd roll the taser again on him because he was that bad.
Yeah, PCP is the scariest fucking drug, not because of whatever consequences there are for using them, which I'm sure there are plenty of, but just because of what it does to a human being. It just turns them into a fucking monster, and it's quite frankly just fucking horrifying. Because it
either turns you into a monster like that, or it makes you think that you can rip your skin off.
Yeah,
and then you do.
Oh, just holy.
I've heard stories about guys who were like, fighters, like professional, not professional, underground, underground fighters.
Yeah.
Who hopped up on PCP and ripped out a bicep muscle.
Fucking hell. Oh, God.
Because they thought that there was something in there that shouldn't be in there.
Ugh. That's like something a fucking splicer from BioShock would say. This skin's not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and that's what people on a shit ton of PCP will say.
Oh, God. Well,
Or there's a great example in Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
PCP's like, this is bugging me. Points to his eye and just rips it out.
Oh. Well, in reference to last week with that guy in the t-shirt, don't do drugs, kids.
Drugs are bad.
Next. Look, we're back in Florida. Way.
Well, at least we got that break and went to Texas.
This happened on January 23rd. We're in Florida, and we're naked, and we're stealing a police car and crashing it into a tree.
Oh gosh, the only thing that would complete my redneck racist Florida man bingo would be if he was naked except for a MAGA hat.
Don't give them any ideas.
So, we got a naked Florida man. Let's see. Stole what news footage showed to be a marked police vehicle and crashed into a wooded area. This is Joshua Schenker, 22, who was arrested after the crash on charges including theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, depriving an officer of means of communication or protection, and resisting an officer without violence, according to a Jacksonville Sheriff's Office report.
Okay, so what, did he rip the guy's microphone off of him?
No, they have radios in the car.
Well, here's the thing. No.
I'm confused by the one charge.
Guys. Here's the thing. I've read this article before the show, and this is a case of we got from point A to point Z in just that. So listen to this. Officers responded to reports of a naked man running along Interstate 10 in western Jacksonville shortly before noon on that day. Now check that. That's prior to the theft. Schenker was lying in the roadway when an officer stopped on the opposite side of the route, the report said. Schenker then ran across the highway lanes toward the officer, officials say. Now here's the point A to point Z part. The redacted report didn't say how Schenker stole the vehicle. Authorities confirmed only that a vehicle belonging to the city of Jacksonville was stolen. First Coast local news footage of the scene showed the crashed vehicle to be a marked patrol car. According to the police report, about $10,000 worth of damage was done to the vehicle. Officers noticed Schenker had road rash after the crash, and he was taken to a hospital to be checked out. He was being held on bail of about $4,011. Jail records didn't list an attorney for him. So again, we don't know how he went from lying on the road, then running toward an officer, to stealing the car. Like,
PCP.
I mean, it doesn't say anything.
I've actually got it. I'm going to bet. I would bet good money that officer who stopped was a rookie and freaked the fuck out when he saw this naked man just get up and start charging him, like hopped up on PCP. And instead of like doing something productive, like hitting him with his taser or calling for backup, the kid just kind of freaked out and ran away. And the guy got in his car.
I mean, it's
depending
possible.
On the strength of the guy, it's entirely possible that he was overwhelmed too. Okay, I mean it happens.
It's entirely possible, but they're not listing assault of an officer in the charge here, which is definitely something they would list.
No. They have aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So basically what it is, he's hopped up on PCP. The guy, the officer or whatever, maybe tries to get out of his car, and the guy yanks him, throws him off the ground or something, and then, gets rid of the radio microphone or something. That one charge confuses the shit out of me because, officers wear radios, okay, and they have the radios in the car, but how do you deprive an officer of communication unless he ripped both microphones out?
With great difficulty.
I'm a little confused by that.
I have no idea.
And it deprives an officer of communication unless the officer didn't have a cell phone in his pocket. I mean, the departments issue a cell phone, and they usually carry their own personal, just in case of backup.
No idea. I've tried looking for other articles, but they're all just copy paste of what I've just read. So.
Yeah, there's something there that the officer and other people aren't releasing to the public.
They don't want him to. They don't want him to see it. It's a little embarrassing.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, time for the penultimate article for the night. One more story about a car. Don't worry, no one's trying to steal a car. No, they're just trying to steal the things that are in it. Two arrested after trying to recover drugs left in a rental car. Oops.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to predict this. I shall be psychic Sherlock. A couple of drug runners rented a car in one location where they picked up the supply and they drove it up, but then forgot to pull all the drugs out when they got to their destination. And after they returned the car to the rental dealership. So they broke into the rental dealership to try and get the rest back.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see. This happened the week of January 13th, 2021. This happened in Albany. I assume that's New York.
Albany, New York. Yeah, okay.
The Albany County Sheriff's Office say they have arrested two people after they say attempted to retrieve drugs from a returned rental car. The Sheriff's Office said they received a call on January 13th that drugs were found in a returned rental car. Investigators say when deputies arrived, they arrested Asim Hiltz and Sharif Frazier, who they say returned to the Albany County Airport to retrieve the forgotten drugs. The Sheriff's Office say Hiltz was discovered to be in possession of 140 glassine envelopes containing heroin, over 35 grams of MDMA, 62 counterfeit oxycodone pills pressed with fentanyl, 10 Suboxone strips, oh, that's familiar, a quantity of marijuana, because that's still illegal in some places, and over $5,600. Frazier was in possession of marijuana. Hiltz was charged with multiple counts of criminal possession of a controlled substance, while Frazier was released on an appearance ticket for the possession of marijuana. And that's
I knew it.
Just the article.
Runners.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh. You don't have
a bunch
listed for personal use.
Yeah.
There's no not way. With that attitude, you don't.
All right, here's how I can tell you straight up that they are dealers and not users. The bootlegged oxycodone was coated in fentanyl. The actual drug dealers who will sample some of their stuff sometime never touch the shit with fentanyl on it.
Right.
Yeah, because that
will fuck you up and get you even more addicted. That's what they sell to the people they're trying to push it on.
That stuff is apparently scarier than the PCP, just because
it's animal tranquilizer.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And PCP wigs you out. Oxycodone and fentanyl just kind of makes you feel nothing. Remember, oxycodone is for chronic pain, and it just makes you feel nothing physically.
Here's the thing, though. The thing that gets to me. They had all these drugs, and they forgot them? How do you forget?
Yeah.
How do you forget?
Were they using some of the drugs?
They were probably, well, to be honest, because one of them had pot on him, I bet you anything there was hot box in that car.
I get that would actually make sense. You know, that probably blows this whole thing wide open. Like, they return the car, they're mellowed out, probably smell of weed, more than likely smell of weed. No.
They're so high that they forget their drugs and their money.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the people in the airport from the rental place go, "All right, we gotta have to look at the car," and they do, and they look through the car.
More than likely, they were like, "Oh God, I know it's a rental, but God, you didn't have to smoke weed. You didn't have to smoke any cushion this."
Yeah,
all
so
right, we better get it cleaned out and I atomize the air in here.
Yeah,
and then they found the rest.
And they call the cops, and the guys immediately run back because they obviously don't have a car.
Down, they're like, shit.
They just book it to the airport because obviously they don't have a car right now, and they book it and they get arrested.
Can you imagine that scene? That sounds like something out of like a comedy crime strip or a crime movie. Comedy crime movie. They get back to the rental car. It's like, hey, sorry, we might have left something in the car. Can we go back and grab it?
Can you imagine? It's like,
you just let us. Well, no problem, sir. You just let us know what car it was and what the item is. We can go get it for you ourselves. No. It's kind of personal. We can just get it ourselves. You just tell us where it's at.
I can just imagine that it's like that fucking scene in Home Alone where the family's all on the plane and the mom's like, I think we forgot something. Oh, the doors are locked, and what could we possibly forgotten? Kevin! Except in this case, I think we're forgetting something. What could we have forgotten? The drugs!
The drugs!
Just stupid. Stupid. Yep. A parade of stupidity. Okay. Here's our last article for the night. And it's not about drugs. It's not about cars. Oh boy, I wish it was either one of those two.
What about Florida?
Let me check. Come on, what's this, Florida? It's in Myrtle Beach. Is that Florida?
It's Florida, right?
No, it's not. I think that's... Oh, it's South Carolina. Hey!
There we go. South Carolina, there we go.
Okay. Oh, duh, it says South Carolina right in front of me. I'm an idiot. There's your last dose of Florida, man.
You are the conductor of this rolling.
I'm the conductor, and somehow I've managed to make it so that this train goes in fucking reverse. Okay, so what could I possibly say for the last article in the hardcore material? Well, let me preface that with this. I do not kink shame. If you're into a certain thing, that's fine, but keep it in your pants. That is doubly so if you're into exhibitionism. Because here's a fun fact about exhibitionism. There are two people that want to see that. You and your potential partner. I say that because most of the time the exhibitionist is on their own. Everyone else is an innocent victim. So, that is something that these two fucking... let's just read this article. Couple charged for sex in glass gondola. Yeah. This was on the week of January 21st. A South Carolina couple is facing indecent exposure charges after allegedly filming themselves engaging in sexual acts inside a glass gondola of the Myrtle Beach Skywheel. Police allege...
yes, the South Carolinian the South Carolinians tried to make the giant wheel that London did and say "fuck you, England."
And then Las Vegas did it, and then Orlando
and Las
did
Vegas
it.
did it.
Everyone
Yeah.
fucking did it.
And then London was like, "What the fuck, mate?"
So, police allege that Lori Harmon and her husband Eric, both 36, were, quote, within the view of the public, end quote, earlier this month when Lori exposed her breasts and performed oral sex on her spouse. I love that they add, whose penis was exposed. Yes, as opposed to performing oral sex when your penis is not exposed.
You could do it through the underwear.
I guess.
You could drape a blanket over them, like she's breastfeeding or breastfeeding.
Like she's breastfeeding. Like she's breastfeeding at crotch
Okay,
level.
you know what I'm actually like just rolling my eyes most about this article. It's like everybody's just so incensed by this. It's like, how dare they? Oh my god, think of the children. I'm like, bullshit that they're the only ones that have done this. They're just the only ones who've gotten caught.
Exactly. It's like
everybody fucks in those giant Ferris wheels. You have a whole damn like.
There's a window of opportunity when you're
yourself.
at the tippy top of that wheel to like
you
bang
have
one
this
out.
whole fucking gondola all to yourself. Why the hell not? I've known people I have heard of people getting caught fucking in the London Eye. I've heard of people getting caught. Lots of people get caught fucking in the one in Vegas.
Yeah.
Hell, I think I heard about a couple that just got married and then consummated their vows in that thing.
Yeah, because fucking Vegas. It's just.
This is not uncommon. It really
it's
is.
not
No,
uncommon. So I kind of find like the outrage to be just like, get the fuck over it, you prudes.
I know, but it's just like.
Because like how high off the ground?
Naked people.
Here,
how high off the ground were they when they got caught? You honestly think any kids would be able to see them from that height?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, delete those motions from your minds for a second. Just like, I'm trying to word this properly so I can get my stance on this out there. Again, no fucking kink shame or anything. If you're gonna do it, just do it and be smart about it. But like, I don't understand doing it in a place where you are going to get caught. Like, I get that there is some sort of thrill that comes from that feeling. I can understand it. But at the same time, when you do get caught, what then?
You get the thrill of going to the police station.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still curious as to how they got caught, because like the thing, like at its height, is 200 feet off the ground.
It's the rotational speed. It's the rotational speed. The guy couldn't finish in the time when he got in there and they got naked, and it rotated around to the bottom again.
Yeah,
So
and I'm
just
looking at pictures of this thing. Like none of the other gondolas would be able to directly see you. Like so, it wasn't somebody behind them or in front of them that caught him.
Here's the thing, though. The explicit activity was recorded and uploaded to an adult website where it was viewed by Myrtle Beach Police Department officers. An arrest warrant.
Oh, they did it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
They played themselves. So, an arrest warrant does not identify the website or reveal how investigators discovered the clip. I think we all know how. Other videos show the Harmons engaged in sexual acts in a community pool and at a Myrtle Beach resort. The Harmons have been charged with indecent exposure and participation of obscene material. The couple was released on bond last Sunday at the time of this recording from the Horry County Jail. I almost read that as Horny County
charge?
Jail. Participation of obscene material.
Participation of obscene material. Is it because they distributed it?
I guess?
That might be it.
Let me check.
God, fucking South Carolina.
Let me see.
Isn't South Carolina the place?
Here we go. Any individual who knowingly photographs themselves or any other individual for purposes of preparing an obscene film, photograph, negative, slide, videotape, motion picture, or digital electronic files for the purpose of dissemination, or B, models, poses, acts, or otherwise assists in the preparation of any so on and so forth. For the purpose of dissemination is guilty of a misdemeanor and upon conviction must be imprisoned for not more than 1 year and fined not more than $1,000.
Okay, yeah, so it's an old anti-foreign law.
Yeah.
That's clearly still on the books and being used. Yeah, fuck you, South Carolina.
Again, wasn't South Carolina the place you couldn't own a dildo?
Maybe. Sounds like it.
Alright, so there's more to the story. Under the name Lucky Lacey, the Harmons posted about 140 explicit videos to Pornhub. Oh, rip. Where their page had more than...
When was this? This was this year, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Now, Pornhub's big.
That means that they were certified on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Okay, they have to be
They got rid of
certified.
anybody that was amateur. So these are professional porn stars.
Well, professional.
Sort of.
Mm.
To be certified, like you don't have to like ask for money. You just have to say, yeah, this is me, and what? It's weird, but all right. Look, this is bullcrap. I mean, I guess technically you can charge them with, indecent exposure because there's clear video evidence of them doing it, but like this bullcrap. I mean, the only reason they got caught is because somebody recognized them on Pornhub and the locations they were at and turned it over to the police.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Skipping over their Pornhub and OnlyFans accounts, where they explain that they are a married couple who have been together for 18 years and got off on getting risky to public. The oceanfront Myrtle Beach Skywheel, which opened in May 2011. Yeah, thank you for explaining this to pad out the fucking thing. Here we go. In 2016, a couple was... No, this isn't even fucking related. Why are you padding this thing out? Get out of here. They telling me about a couple who had sex inside a glass-walled cabin on the 550-foot observation wheel on the Las Vegas Strip. Not even related to these two, the Harmons.
Yeah, and guess what? Las Vegas didn't give a fuck.
Did they?
Nope.
I don't think they cared. They probably charged them with something like a minor misdemeanor crime because it's technically sex in public, but they're not going to arrest them, put it in the national news, and make them serve a year in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, those two were released from custody after posting $3,000 bond. This Las Vegas couple, not the Harmons, for reference. Oh, man. Well, another week, another batch of, I don't even know what to call it this week. Just weird happenstance and circumstances.
Fertilizer for the humor of society.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's pretty apt.
So, train's pulling in the station.
Train's
We're
pulling
off.
in. Ladies and gentlemen.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Yeah, seriously, I need to go home and like wash the smell of dumpster fire out of my clothes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of
You're
Trademark's.
wearing clothes?
Oh, God. This has been another episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio. I'll fan 'em all the time. With me here today has been qdHazen.
No. You're not pinning me to being here. I was never here.
The fucking Sonic meme. I'm over there.
The torpedoes hit the target, and he was never here.
Also, with me here tonight was RandomGreymane.
Yeah, tacos. I have tacos now.
Yay. And Sherlock.
What a fun ride. And the last statement for the evening, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, fuck you, South Carolina.
As always, our theme was created by Marivex, who you can find in the description. Also, our banner art was made by Court Awesome, who you can also find in the description. You can find all of our social media in the description below, as well as all the links and references to the articles we've described tonight. My name is Trademark, and good night.
Good night, everybody.